Welcome back. I had a request to show you the setup that I use when I combo troll, either with the long lines running jigs or with the crankbaits running jigs. We call them downriggers. I think of a downrigger as a heavy weight that gets the bait down so you don't have to have a bunch of line out. And so this allows us to run extra poles. I'm going to be showing you this with a 5-ounce weight because right now I'm trolling crankbaits, and that's what I use with the crankbaits is the 5-ounce weight. I rig it the exact same way with a 1-ounce weight. So when I'm going to use a bank sinker, I will put the, I'm struggling to see that hole. I will put the jigs on first, put them on the line first, and then tie whatever knot you want to tie, whatever knot you're comfortable with. I like the Palomar knot. All right, so I've got the weight set. It's on the bottom. My jig heads are already on the line. And so now when I go to tie them, they are going, I can set them at the exact distance I want from each other. I can set them the exact distance I want the bottom one from the weight. Again, tie whatever knot you feel comfortable with and are confident in. All right, and there's my one of my two setups. Here's the first of the two ways that I rig these. We've got our two jigs with a bank sinker at the bottom. And so the way this is going to run in the water column is the movement of the boat, the speed of the boat's going to, it will take this bait back a little bit, even though it's a 5-ounce weight, or if you were going slower with the 1-ounce weight. And so it would be kind of at this angle. And so your baits would be at slightly different depths and running through the water like this. So there's option number one. Method number two uses an egg sinker. Again, I will use a 5-ounce if I'm trolling with the crankbaits, or I will use a 1-ounce if I am trolling with the long lines. Those are the weights that work for me. A different weight may work for you in your setup. But we're going to go egg sinker on first, and then we are going to use a bobber stop. I'm going to reuse a bobber stop, and so the way you reuse these is you tie a overhand knot in the line that has the bobber stop on it. You slide the line that you want to transfer it to through the loop, and then slide the bobber stops over onto the new line. I did find that it took 2 bobber stops for the 5-ounce weight. One, it would still kind of move it. So I did put 2 bobber stops on. Then we're going to tie the top jig first. Again, tie whatever knot you feel comfortable with. I'm getting old, I'm struggling to see those holes. That's why I like this knot that I tie, because you only have to put the line through the eye one time. And then you can tie the bottom knot. Actually, typically I do this the other way around. I tie the top knot, I tie the bottom knot first, so then I can get the spacing that I want for my bottom knot. And I like a Palomar, so I usually tie a Palomar knot on the bottom. But you, again, tie whatever knot you're comfortable with. And I do typically tie the bottom one on first, and then that allows me to space out the second one exactly where I want it. I don't have to worry about, did I leave enough line, or did I leave enough line or not. And so here is option number 2, egg sinker followed by 2 jigs. So this is what the second rig looks like. We've got the egg sinker on top, and then we've got our double drops. I do run double drops on both of them. If you want to run singles, you can. If you want to run spinners on this, you can. If you want to run a crankbait on this, you can do that as well. So the way this one, or at least the way I imagine this one runs in the water, is we've got our bait and then or our weight running like this, and then our baits kind of almost running right behind each other, almost like a school of shad. If you use a heavier weight on the bottom, it will slightly sink down a little bit to give you a slight difference in the depths. But this setup is going to have them running more closely to the same depth than the other setup. So those are the two ways I rig my downriggers, poor man downriggers, because I'm not putting one of those actual machines or one of those actual downrigger arms on my boat. This works as well, adding a heavier weight. All you got to do is be sure that your rod is heavy enough to take the weight that you put on it. It's worked for me. It's worked for to catch a lot of fish. I love adding these extra rods when I'm trolling, and so hopefully this will help you as well. Get out on the water, try some things out on yourself, run different weights. Run a 3 ounce, run a 5 ounce, see which works for you. Run different size jig heads. The weight's there, it's going to get the depth. Sometimes running even a 16th ounce jig head, even though that 5 ounce weight's there, that's going to get you the depth. That smaller jig head sometimes is what they want as well. So it's about trial and error, figuring out what works for you. Hopefully this helps you catch more crappie. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you got more questions or if you got some tips for me, leave them in the comments down below. If you've not yet, please subscribe to the channel.